Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. How we doing? All right, we got a lot of flying to do here. Got quite a bit of flying to do. Listen to that clanking sound of those engines windmilling. Man, I love this airplane. I really do. I'm attempt to fly it better than I did yesterday. If I don't. Had a hoodie got wrapped up in my legs of my office chair. That'll do it. I was like, why is this thing not moving around? Well, it's because you got a hoodie smashed in there. We are playing Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Zappermaster, 40 months. What's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. This is not career mode, no. Sadly, no. We're flying from Orlando Executive up to Atlanta. I installed the new Orbix scenery. So we're going to see if it is worth the hoopla or all the people that have been crying about it. We're going to see it firsthand if we have 16 frames per second on the way in. We'll explore that a little bit once we get there. And then onward up to Lakefront in Cleveland on Lake Erie. It'll be the longest stint of the day. We're really going to put the airplane through the paces today. I did get my SimBrief all installed and well. We're not going to use Beyond ATC just because I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather just hang out with you guys in chat today. So we're going to do exactly that. I have not flown the Phenom. I'm waiting to see if the flight model gets fixed because the landing roll and the takeoff is so wobbly, it looks like, from every single stream I've seen out there or video. It seems wildly unstable, and I don't like unstable airplanes, especially on the x-axis. It's very 2020-ish, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. Now let's alt-tab that over there. There we go. Sweet. All right. So the airplane is here on the ramp at Orlando Executive. There's Orlando right over there, downtown Orlando. And we're just going to do our little walk around here, get rid of the chocks. And we're on the GPU cart right over here. But yeah, that clanking sound you're hearing right there is those engines right there windmilling around. Look at that. You see them spinning from the wind. So that tells you right there when you walk out to the airplane and you hear that, you know that it is windy because look at that. We're taking off on runway 7. Winds are right out of the east there. Pretty strong winds out of the east, actually. All right, we're just doing our visual inspection of the airplane. Looking good. So the dirt accumulation on the side of it here. Very nice. Let's grab that guy real fast. Absolutely love the Sovreign, man. What an airplane it is. All right. I think we're good. I think we are indeed good. Let's get things underway here. Power it on up. And it is all coming to life. Anti-KORL. Arm those guys. Recogs. I think if the recogs are the ones that are our, what you call it. Yep. We don't need those on. That's what those are. All right. That's all good there. APU. Go to the on position. Wait for that light to extinguish. And let's start it up. Once we get a good APU fired up here, we'll be online. We got synthetic vision and all this stuff is coming to life. Wonderful. Weight and fuel. Payload, all this stuff. I think there's a way to bring this in from SimBrief. How do we do that? How do we do that? Utilities. I don't know if you can do it through the G5000. I mean, that'd be pretty cool if you could, right? Really don't know. I do not know. I have it set in here. Services. Flight, maybe? Oh, here we go. Fetch that. There we go. We got that. Weather. Fetch the weather. We have our charts already. That was in the flight plan menu. ACARS page on the GTC. Oh, God. I don't know where the hell that is. ACARS. ATC data link. CPD LSCS. No. Yeah, this will be no good. On the flight plan page. You would think. Under services. ACARS. Flight plan request. Flight plan replace. It's got to be this right here. Oh, I got to do this all over again? Why? I already did all this. You annoying thing. You very annoying thing. There it goes. Request that one right there. Yep, that's the one we want. Ready for import. Sweet. I've never done this before, but there it is. All right, we got it in there. Why do we have a manual sequence in a SimBrief? Well, I guess no, we would have manual sequencing after nights. Okay, that makes sense. We'll just do it ourselves then. I'm all right with that. Back on here, payload. Yep, I just thought we would get numbers from that, but fuel on board sink, 710 gallons. What is it, 17,831? And that concurs up there. 4756 fuel on board. And landing data, we don't care about that right now. That should be a well and dandy. Takeoff data. Origin, runway 7 out of Orlando. Weather, load the METAR here, 087 at 12 knots. Temperature, yeah, that's fine. Actually, temperature. Let's get it from here. You just gotta go to like 8 different spots to get information sometimes. 27. Makes more sense to me. And is that what we're seeing outside? Yeah, 27 right there. All right, sweet. Runways, runway 7. That's all fine. Takeoff config, flaps 1. TR's stowed, takeoff vector 1. That's all good. Takeoff data, except those takeoff speeds. V1 of 97, VR 100, V2 109. Wonderful. And then we just have to do our system tests. First fly of the day. Let's go ahead and do them, so I can catch up to you guys. Good morning from Chicagoland. What's up, Doctor Who fan? How you doing? Sahil Joshi, a huge fan and just graduated med school. Congrats, dude. That is insane. That is insane. Doctor Who fan, appreciate the cheer as well. Engine fire test. It's doing its thing. Put this thing on to standby power. It is in progress. Engine fire left and right. Detect failure left and right. And it's good and complete. Smoke detector. Smoke detection test is ongoing. And Gadget, thank you so much for the raid as well. Welcome on in, everybody. What were you up to? Enunciators. All good. We're gonna unlock that control lock so I don't forget it later. In progress there. TCAS was passed. Do an overspeed test. All right, that's done. Let's do the HFs. We need to turn on our auxiliary pump. Hold the brakes down. To charge it. I should be able to hold that. Should be. HF2. Turn that guy off for now. We'll double check it in a second. It's pretty good. What's up, Alex? I haven't done karaoke in a long time, man. I do enjoy it. It's been a minute. All right, all those are done. We can now accept the initialization, and that is all well and dandy. One thing I do want to do is go to our aircraft systems page. I look at the hydraulics. 0 PSI, speed brake, spoiler, thrust reverser, okay. I think this is where you would find that. If you turn on the auxiliary pump, we get our, there it is right there, okay. It's for the brakes and all that. So you have to have that on to set your parking brake, basically. Okay, that makes sense. You can shut it off. And we'll have the engines run those whenever the time comes for that. But for right now, we're looking pretty good. Weather in the area? Not really. Not bad. Pretty nice out of here. All right, we're good. I think we're ready to fire up and get on out of here. So let's go to our services. Make sure the GPU is going to be disconnected first, which it will be. GPU is disconnected and access panel is closed. Close the main cabin door. There we go. It's populating it now. 81 degrees out there. All right. Checklist time. Preparation. Pre-flight inspection is done. Cabin has been checked. Circuit breakers, we checked those. Are in. Standby. A gyro is tested and on. Emergency light switch is on. Battery buttons are on. Bat voltage. Yup, we're good on everything there. Like button is on norm. Yep, it's in blue there. Throttles are cut off. Flap handle, it agrees. CVR, press and hold 5 seconds. Check test light. Where's the cockpit voice recorder in this airplane? That's a good question. If you were a CVR, where would you hang out? Probably something down here. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. CVR is good. Stabilizer trim. Let's check and set that for takeoff. Yep, 2.3 is fine by me. Aileron and rudder trim was zeroed. Warning systems have been checked. Seats and pedals adjusted. EFB is synced and on. APU's already on. Nav lights. It says on, but we have no nav lights. I guess those are technically the recogs or the anti-coal. I'm not really sure what they are. Every time I see that. APU is genned. Yep. APU bleed is to the on position. Interesting. Okay, so that's why we're on the ground. So we get air. Avionics buttons are on. Interior buttons should be set to norm. I mean, interior is set to off. It's on. Not sure what they're talking about there. Interior button norm. Interior lights is required. Yeah, I figured the nav lights are auto in this like the other airplanes, but I don't know why it's on the checklist. That's what blows me away. Yeah, I don't know what the interior button is set to norm. We got to find that. This is all about learning. The interior is on. They have off and on. They have no norm for it. These are normed. Oh, I guess this is technically electrical interior is set to norm. I think that's all they wanted because our avionics, that makes sense after the avionics. Yep, that's what that is. Interior lights is required. Galley prep, it's good. FMS is initialized. Departure settings are checked. We already did that stuff. Cabin signs are on. Parking brake set. Chocks are removed. Cabin doors closed. Passenger briefing's good. Seat and seat belts are adjusted and secured. Cockpit windows are closed. Ground recog and nav lights go to the on position. Passenger safety is on. ICAS is good. Normal there. Fuel quantity and balance. We've got 4720 on board. That's exactly what we need there. APU max cool is going to be to the off position. And APU bleed air goes to the off position for engine start. Which is so strange to me, but hey, you know what? Bus tie is, yeah, it's open. Flight controls. Oh, this is after start. We're good. Let's go ahead and start engine number 2. We'll look for that 9%. And 2. There's 9 right there. Awesome. Gonna come to life. Aircraft systems on the center GTC. Nav lights. Exterior lights. Oh, I see. Interesting. Yeah, they're good. That's where we would check it, though. Okay, that makes sense now. Makes perfect sense to me. More now. What's going on, David? Anything Automotive, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to the stream, family. Thank you. Flaps 1 are coming down. Turning 1. Oh, I was spacing out there reading chat. My bad. Look at the Phenom as well as because yeah, the Phenom seems cool and all. It's just I haven't seen anything great when it comes to the actual flight characteristics. So somebody going into Orlando right there. Look at that. DC amps and volts are looking good. That comes online. Waiting for Gen A. Yeah, that's the speed brake right here next to the throttle. This big thing. We're going way up there today. 43 up to Atlanta. .430 set. Sink our heading there. Some good engine starts right there. And there we go. Gen A is looking good. Kill that APU. DC amps and volts checked. Bus tie button is open. Flight controls. Check. Bleed air system. Check. APU is off. Taxi lights are on. Transponder, not worried about it. I'm not flying on the line. Brakes, we're gonna do a check on that guy. Let's release the parking brake. Roll forward and we have brakes. Awesome. Nose wheel steering is good. Let's check our reverse thrust. Pop a bucket. They're good. And then flight instruments are checked. Anti-ice is off. Sweet. Flaps and speed brakes. Flaps are set. Let's do a speed brake check. And get to the damn thing. God, that's so annoying to deal with. Slow down, airplane. My lord, it is in a hurry today to get. It's like I want to get out of here. Open it all the way up. There they are. Put them all the way away. There we go. Check. Cabin is ready. Crew briefing. Manual sequencing. Out of here. We'll get on course. 2 nights. So you don't do the anti-coal until they're on the lineup? Really? That's so... Dude, the lighting systems on these new Cessnas are so strange. I do not understand it. I really don't. Maybe I never will. But we're crossing this runway anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Just gonna leave them on the whole time. This thing taxis so quick, dude. I've just got to ride the brakes. Let's get our pitos on. Lights are on. Gust lock is released. ICAS is checked. And we start the timer, but I don't know where you start a timer at in here. Come on, airplane. Taxiing on a on a stick and a button is not too much fun in this airplane. I can imagine be just fine, you know, in my main flight sim rig with the pedals, but that is not what we are in today. Man, it just taxis so fast. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. All right, put that thing away. We don't need it. Careful around the corner. Ready to head to Atlanta, y'all. Just riding the brakes. The brakes are so insane on this thing. All right, cool. Let's double check our heading. Heading mode is selected. And flight directors are good. Let's go flying, y'all. Airspeed's alive. B1, rotate. How's the rate? Gear up. Feet. Flight change here. Air flaps up. Auto. This thing climbs like a bitch. Okay, or just don't do that. That'll work too. Why do you not want to do that? Let's go into flight level change here, bud. I'm fully forward on the stick, too. This is not good. It's like a runaway trim every time I try to use this. Why is it doing this? Try to knock it down on the... It's trying to, like, do a runaway trim on me here, and now it's speeding. Ay, 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 dude. Now it wants to behave. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's go direct nights. Where the hell is nights at here? Almost to it. Why are we climbing at 6,100 feet per minute? Like, it's just insane. Every time I fly this plane, it's doing this. Like, I had like I couldn't even push the nose over on after takeoff. There's something we're doing wrong there. I just don't know what it is. I really don't. That's not the first time it's happened either. All right, let's not go to nights, I guess. Oh, God, I can't read anything on this. Let's go worms. Direct activate you. Nav. That. We have above 18. Standard on both sides. Why are we climbing out? Should be 254. Okay, it's doing it now. Yeah, it should be like 4,000. Like it's normal now, but every single time I've been taken off, it's like a runaway trim. It feels like I cannot get it to stop doing that. Like to know what I'm doing wrong between flying the longitude and this. I don't ever deal with that in the longitude. It's pilot error. I just don't know what's causing it. Goodbye, Orlando. Hey, Braden, what's up? Vacation was fantastic. Fantastico. It's not a runaway trim. I'm saying it just feels like it. If it was a runaway trim, you'd see it happening, but I don't see it happening. Sounds are so good. So good. Yeah, these. Oh God, stupid ass thing. Stop it. Get out of here. I believe all these are off now. Above that threshold. All right, let's vibe out, y'all. right, we're climbing 36 for 43 still. Yeah, we're on the Europe West server. I'm always on the European West server. We're not on VATSIM. You can't do that stuff on VATSIM. You kidding me? You'd be kicked off immediately. I've said that every single time that I fly. I'm like, you guys can join me all you want. I'm on the European West server because it's the best that I have tested. And I put our route in the title today so people would know what we're up to. $39 for 43. Let's see who it is. Ooh-wee. What a great looking airplane. It's a real beaut. Yeah, smoothness and connectivity. The US servers are always getting hammered, obviously, so they have been the most unstable for us when we do our group flights. We're just to the north of Daytona on our way. We can actually get a top of drop on today's flight plan. Let's have a look-see. We do. Just after Larry is our top of drop. Put this guy up. $47 minutes remaining in our flights. So we are going to be doing the Sith 3 for 8 left. Sith 3 for 8 left. Right here. There's Lars 240, Sith is 14, Tizzy's 12, MSA 3100. And for 8 left and right, we're going to be going out to Gas, Cloud, Kung Fu, Trape, and Sneeve. Yep. That's the one, then manual sequencing to 8 left. It's as simple as that. Departed off of Ake, headed to Pain now, then Sharks. At 430. Looking good here. Jacksonville. Hey, what's up, Thero? We're not on Batsim, no. I do not have Jet Card, no. I don't know if I'll get into it. I like my career mode. Anybody here going to Flight Sim Expo in St. Paul? I leave for Flight Sim Expo 1 week from today. 1 week. No, it's at a convention center. They would never do it at a sporting, what you call it. Here comes our turn. Pretty sure the Wild plays in Minneapolis, not St. Paul. Could be wrong. Okay, we got the long stretch now to Larry. I don't know why you're asking me then, James. I don't care about the team, and I don't know. No idea. Subsonic, what's up? How you doing? All good, work done for the day. Nice, dude. Settings am I in? I couldn't tell you, dude. I have no idea. I don't max everything out. That I can tell you. But I don't want to pause the sim to go into the settings. The main thing is making sure that the sim is running at a constant frame rate, a consistent one. Not cranking everything up, but I do crank up my clouds all the way to ultra. Some people are like, "Don't make your clouds ultra." It's like, yes, make them ultra because they look friggin' phenomenal. Let's always do that white line thing. Clouds look way better on ultra than they do on high. They've done FS Expo in Orlando in the past. Tizzy at 12. Tizzy at 12. Selected. Billy Bob Finn, what's up? How you doing? Oh, this biz jet flies beautifully. It's absolutely incredible. Put our headphones on, our noise canceling. There we go. Look at that. And then it's nice and quiet when you're up here, whenever you have the noise canceling on. Pretty slick jet, man. I'll get another vibe session in before we start our way down. right. Well, we'll be starting our way down here before too long. Tama Jam, 1991. Hey, Jeff. Just want to thank you for all the videos. My dad passed away a few months ago, and your videos helped me through that time. You helped me smile when I was at my lowest. Much love, brother, and thank you. Well, it's an absolute honor to be on this side. You did not have to do that. Thank you very much for that super chat. My God, thank you so much. I'm very, very sorry for your loss, man. That sucks. But it's a absolute pleasure to be in this position to where I can fly a plane around or a train or whatever. We can all be immersed in this world together. Thank you so much for the support. 22 minutes out. Just like on the map, we're just over Baxley, between Baxley and Hazelhurst, Georgia. That's what it looks like to me. Let's be a good pilot and reset our heading. Okay, let's have a look-see at everything here. Procedure-wise, we're going to be doing the... We don't have to do the ILS. We can go with RNAV. 8 left. Yeah, RNAV Zulu 8 left. That will be I only see the Yankee. Where's the Zulu at? Left. What? I mean, hell, we can do the ILS. I don't care. I'd rather do the ILS, to be honest with you. Left. It'll be Larry. Just load it. Yep, that'll do. So Larry will be Jaj at 5,000. 5,000 is what it'll be. Larry's 5 as well. So we can actually just descend all the way down to 5. When that time comes, which we're almost to our top of drop anyway. We're about to start our way down. Okay. Seatbelts for landing. VAP will be 117, VREF of 110, plus 5, 115. ish is what it'll be. This thing really wants to speed today. Really wants to speed. We begun our initial descent into Atlanta. Well, it doesn't want it now. Brakes are away. I need an elevation set. Yeah, we're gonna need to do that. Looks like it's already set by default in this thing. We don't have our minimums in there yet. Our minimum's 1215 barrel. Sets. Shelby 2900. If we actually descend all the way to 2,900 feet, we'll be just fine. We'll do 5 to start with, though. on 095. We don't have to worry about that. It does it automatically. So that's good. 1-9. We're going to be landing on a left over here to get over to the FBO, which will be right there. So we'll land 8 left. We'll exit onto Alpha 6 if we don't make Charlie or Delta. Then back to Alpha 7 into the ramp. That's all we got to do. The weather is beautiful up here today. Absolutely gorgeous. What's up, Pilot John? Anything I don't like so far with this airplane? The only thing I've had is that the yaw damper, you got to remember they turn the yaw damper off on landing, otherwise you don't get any nose wheel steering. That's been something to get used to for sure. Weather Watcher doing just fine. How you doing? Bravo Kilo Lima is in Cleveland. The Lake Erie. On the waterfront there. We get it. It was a typo. I fixed it. Thank you. The descent. Glad to hear it, Weather Watcher. The wind is quite loud whenever you're in your descent. Let's put our headphones on. I'm having a good day. Been really enjoying this airplane. This one's awesome. It's been challenging to learn. I thought I could jump in it from, Citation X to the Longitude over to this. But there are a lot of differences, mainly because they have a lot of things modeled that the others don't. They have, like, all this stuff modeled in here. They have the actual auxiliary hydraulic pump is modeled where you have to actually charge the line and all that stuff for the parking brake. There's small little quirks that this airplane has that you have to learn. I have never been to AirVenture. I go to Flight Sim Expo, so I always miss AirVenture because I go to the Expo instead. I do not want to pay for both of those trips at once. They're too close together. Considering I don't like the term study level, I think it's pompous as hell. It's got a high fidelity to it, I guess. It serves its purpose. Study level is just like the shitty rhetoric you read on flightsim.com forums, absim forums, things like that. So no. Study level is not good enough for me. I bought this airplane off a marketplace in hopes that one day it will have support for career mode. One day, if we're lucky. Yeah, study level is just one of those things that everybody kind of came up with as a way to be elitists about things. And then to hold developers to a standard that is insane. Because they think that if you have an FCOM or you have any sort of manual to an airplane, it needs to be exact one-to-one in order for it to be X amount of dollars. And that's just asinine thinking. I don't understand it, but I don't promote that way of thinking. Yeah, like I said, I'd rather take the slow updates on the marketplace version, just so I have hopium that it'll make it to career mode one day. I haven't had any issues with the airplane. It's all pilot induced. Unplug our headphones, listen to the jet noise again. Low to high, clear the sky. 3022. Below 18. Speed bugs now age is set. Approach briefing complete. FB stowed. We got the 10,000 to be cabin signs. Precogs, taxis are at 10. But we're gonna see what the hoopla is when we land at Atlanta. All the people have been crying about this scenery. I went ahead and just bought it, just so we can see if it's as bad as people say it is. Skibo, what's up? I do not know when they plan on releasing Dead Stick. I have a new Dead Stick video coming out tomorrow, though. I did emergency procedures and to see if you can survive engine outs in that terrain. That'll be a fun one to watch for tomorrow. Considering I've paid $80 for PMDG airplanes before, so I have no problem with it. The thing is I don't know where this comes from, but I will tell you this. So when it comes to third-party aircraft and all that stuff, it's the same thing as like if you were to write a book or you wrote down this information, this was very valuable information or whatever, how much time it took you to compile it, whatever. You get to choose how much you think your time is worth. All of these third-party developers choose a price point of what they think their time is worth. Whether you want to give them money for that time and for the product is always up to you. It's not like you're forced into it or anything. Like you got to have it. They have to get licenses. They have to play nice with all these aircraft manufacturers to get all the systems together, the hours of coding, the insanity that there is behind them. It's the same thing with games, indie games. It's like when somebody's like, oh, well, the John Ruda truck is worth this much money. It's like, well, you say that it is, but to John, his time and his effort and his knowledge and his modeling skills and all that stuff say otherwise. He disagrees with you. That is the beauty of it. You don't have to get anything. But there is this notion of this entitlement, mainly, where people think that something is worth something because of something else existing on the same planet. And it's weird. I don't know where that came from. The thing is, there's a lot of airplanes out there that I just don't buy because I'm like, I won't fly it. I don't have an interest in it. So I don't need to pay money for it. But I will never be like, that airplane's not worth this much. It's worth $5 and bust. Or the dumbest one, the dumbest ideology out there is basically the people that say, oh, well, this add-on's worth more than the base game. It's like, okay, you go make one then. You go make one for free and hand it out. Everybody will be waiting. I do want to fly the A319 soon, the Phoenix A319. I haven't flown the Phoenix in a long time. Holding at 12. Because the airplane is smart. This airplane smart on the Sith. See that? Tizzy hard at 12. But we need to be into the descent. I don't know what she's doing. Out of 5. 12 at gas, that's why. Okay, so gas is 12. That's our limit. 12, 12, 12. Yep, gotcha. It's still on path, but we're just not there yet. All these airplanes are incredibly complicated to make. That's the thing that's so funny. If you've talked to any of these developers that make these, they're like, the crap they read online, they're just like, all right, man, whatever you say. These are always a crazy amount of downwinds here at Atlanta. But I'm not taking any shortcuts on the arrival because I wanted to properly load in everything on the airport. Yeah, we're doing 300 knots right now. Mach 0.550 at 12. There's the airport. There's Atlanta right there. It's looking mighty fine. It is. Here's downtown Atlanta off our nose. Yeah, vibes. And then you think about it on a level of how many people are buying the units each time and all that. Now, they want to make a profit. I get that. But the thing is just there's no, like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you how much somebody's time is worth. And that goes for anything. Any freelance, any, person that's out there coding on their own and charging X amount of dollars for this, or somebody washes your car and says that, well, I'll do it for this much. It's based on their value of what they think their time is worth. You don't have to agree with it, and you don't have to buy it. You don't have to purchase. But flight simmers are very spoiled, man. We get a lot of cool stuff. We get a lot of really cool stuff. There's the airport. We're going to be going to this FBO right there. It looks good from the air, man. It looks really good from the air. They got the colors absolutely spot on to the surroundings. It doesn't look like it pops out of, nowhere, or it has like a big orange like square around it or anything. So far, I'm liking what we're seeing, and I'm getting good frame rates on the way into it. Dun, 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 do, 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 do. They're really holding us at 12 for a long time here. We had a speed limit through here, did we not? Well, Kenfu enter about 7 and Sneeb at 5. Okay, Sneeb is 5. That makes sense. So we need to send, we're going to expect 5,000 here. So I got manual speed, slow to 240. Because we don't have ATC giving us descent and stuff like that, but that's what it said on there that we would expect 5 there. And Schneeve. Flaps 1, speed checks for flaps 1. Looking good. We pass it through 10 here. Cabin signs, recogs. Heading mode, heading select. Redirect to Larry. And nav. Down to 5. Larry here. Approach will be altimeter set, checked. Cabin's good. Landing gear will be down before landing. Oh, that's good. And clear to land as landing lights on. It's as simple as that. And we'll on the approach. Loc is white. Glide slope's white as well. Yeah, here on this channel we don't do foot per minute, all that stuff on landing. No one in the real world, no one cares. You go off of like, okay, that was a G landing, that's good, but we care about hitting our touchdown zones and all that. I do not care about feet per minute. Nor do any other pilots. Look at that beauty. Beauty. We're slowing up to 10. Be 200 for gear, actually. So I'd like to have my buffer zone. All right, we'll kill music for landing. getting our pilot brains here. Depends on the airline, James. Like Southwest and Delta, landing lights are 18,000. A lot of other airlines do it at 10. It just depends. I'm gonna make that. Josh is 5,000. Bazaar is 4. Keep on going down to 4 here. Yep, just touchdown, zone, and G's. 1 G is what you're looking for on a landing. But the foot per minute thing, it's not a thing that any airline pilot gives a shit about. It's just a fun little thing. I don't crap on anybody that does it. I have no issue with it. I don't do it. Slow this thing down. 190. Get them gear down. Landing gear coming down. Not bad at all. We got glide slope and we got loc. Captured. Flaps 2. Speed checks, flaps 2. Clear to land. Let's do this. Yacht Amper is going to be off my airplane. Let's see if this actually works this time. I'm hoping it will. Full flap. Speed checks for full flaps. Trim where I like it. There we go. Well, it doesn't look like we're getting 16 frames per second on the scenery, does it? Looks like it's running pretty good so far. Well, a couple stutters on the way in, but this is the first time I've been here since I installed it. Thrust is out. In reverse. Oh, that's a big, huge pit over there on the right. Oh, we're gonna make Alpha and or Delta. No problem. That was easy enough. First leg down. Wait. The FBO's off to our left, right? Yeah, over this way. The DHL express ramp here. Where's our FBO at? The sword was right over here. Yeah, it's just off to our left. Okay. Let's get the APU fired up here. Go to on. Wait for the light to extinguish. And start. There's signature. I see it over there. I forgot this FBO here is not glamorous at all. You think it would be, you know, be in Atlanta, but it's just not the case. This is Signature Banquets. I don't think this is the FBO we're looking for here. Where's the FBO at here? In Atlanta. I thought it was where we're at, but maybe not. Could be wrong. We'll shut it down here, it's fine. Parking brake is set. APU is on gen. Those are good. Wonderful. Blue chocks. Ground. Wheel chocks are set. Access. Open the door. Oh, the Sovreign is amazing. Actually, I think this is a bug where you have to go in and then out again and it's cold. Nope. There we go. That's just still loud. That's okay. That's where we're at, man. It's a signature right here. It's just not modeled, I guess. You know what? This has 2 sceneries installed. Oh, that's what's going on here, y'all. Hold on. We need to disable the other one. That is so dumb. I can't stand when it does that stuff, dude. That is so annoying. It's the... What scenery is installed? Is it the default one? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see. My library. Yeah, I have the Citation X. We've flown it many times. It's right there. Atlanta, where are you at? Here we go. Microsoft. It's streamed. I don't know why they don't have it to where whenever you install, okay, Orbix, they created this Atlanta scenery, or they didn't, but somebody did. But anywho, when you install it, it doesn't disable the this default scenery. You have to do it manually, I guess. I don't know. More options. Disable. Thank you. I'm not Jake. This is my first time using a PC today, so it is appreciated. That's really dumb that they don't already automatically disable the default crap. I was like, wait a minute, the whatchamacallit's not here. All right. Well, let's see what it looks like now. Stop it. Yeah, that's an actual FBO now. You see that? There's our airplane. Right where we left it. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense to me. I was like, wait a minute. That is so dumb. You got to juggle, 5,000 sceneries. They all have to be perfect, as you do.
You need to set parking brakes to request grounds.
No, we don't. We certainly do not.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
You need to shut up. Come on. Loading in. All right, this seems better. Yeah, look at that. We have actual signature now. Man, that's really a pain in the ass, ain't it? Let's let it load in the scenery. What a pain in the ass that was. So we didn't even get to see the damn airport on arrival because of this. Boy, that looks great, though. It's chugging when it's trying to load things in, but that's okay. All right, now, like, the hills and stuff make a lot more sense. Man, we had to dump everything, and we have to do it all over again. That's okay. So stupid. There we go. Stupid scenery conflicts, man. Tale as old as time. All right, let me get my sim brief going. Some brief time. Yeah, see now it's doing this weird sound thing. I don't know what's causing that. That's weird. 368. Quebec Sierra. All right, Atlanta. We're going to KATL. Kilo Bravo Kilo Lima. That's a pain in the butt, dude. Eight right, land on 2-4 right. At BKL's 2-4 right. What? I only have one runway, I thought. Okay. I'm gonna roll in 2 arrival. A roll in 2. We'll generate the flight. We'll see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Very nice. Air's on. Good on that. It's set there. Arm those. Turn those guys on. Let's charge the parking brake here. So a fuel pump or the auxiliary hydraulic pump is on. Press the brakes down and set the parking brake. We'll turn that off, and now we should be able to remove the final set of shocks here. We're on the parking brake now. Technically. Services, ground, payload, import from SimBrief. We have people on board today. Look at that. We're not ferrying an airplane. That's cool. Fuel will be 4880. Yep, that's what I see there. Nice. We're in the envelope where we want to be. All is well there. The red carpet out today for everybody. There we go. Oh my lord. Access panels closed. Main cabin doors open. That's the only thing we care about right there. All right. Let's go over to this guy. Weight and fuel. Payload. Takeoff. Fuel on board sink. There we go. 4877. That's good. Flight plan. We'll get that next. So let's go back. Services. ACARS. We'll do a flight plan request. To this one. In progress. Import it. There it is right there. We have flight plan. Takeoff data. Weather. 135 at Niner. Temp is going to be 26. Looks good there. I'm going to say use rat too. Runway is good. Takeoff config 1. Yep, that's all good and dandy. V1 of 96, VR 102, 112 for V2. Accept the initialization. Oh, we have to do the other ones. I really wanted to not have to do that. You have to do the system tests. Okay. We'll do it then. Holy crap, what's up, medic? I actually went on my first flight back in March for work. Went to Indy, flew out of Atlanta. Nice, dude. Finally got to fly. What we got here? What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Something to do with passenger weights crap. Put the payload number from the EFB into cargo. Okay. So flight, or so payload. Oh, in cargo bay is at 240. But passenger weights, that'd be our payload, which they're saying payload is 1920. So just put 1920 in here, plus the 240. I don't know. It don't matter. 1920, sure. Oh, that didn't do it. 11920. It won't. You can't. Oh, in the GTC. Well, why'd you say payload number from the EFB into the car? Oh, okay. All right. Engine fire test next. Yeah, the less I have to use the GTC, the better. Weights. Talking about for this crap? The takeoff data you're talking about? No. You do top 3 all at once. I don't know what that means. We have got to be better about that stuff, guys. As virtual pilots and pilots in real life, like, I get what you're saying, but when you're using like different terms all together, or you're abbreviating everything, when you're new to the G5000 like I am, I have no idea what you're saying. What you're saying to me is just foreign. You're saying perf, weight and fuel, crew and stores. Perf. I mean, we don't have a FMC with a perf page. Like, I'm trying to find it in this GTC world. Smoke detection. Because so many times people will tell me to do something in the GTC and they'll just tell me what it is, but they don't say what the actual button is to get to it. So I just have to go through everything when I do that. So it takes longer. Abilities. Nothing there. Perf. Takeoff data. Or weight and fuel. Payload. Passengers at blah, 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 blah. So plus cargo. You're just saying just to put it in the cargo? Yeah, when you're brand new to a GTC, I like if you said bottom row, that would have been helpful. I don't know it, man. I'm learning it. We're learning it one flight at a time. But now we're doing advanced stuff that we haven't done before. Go back up. Payload to 1920. Put the payload number from the EFB into cargo. Okay. 20. Enter that. should be good, I guess. But crew and stores. 900. This shit is so... Dude, I don't know what it is about GTCs, but they're so confusing to me when you don't know them. I don't know. It's like they got 3 different ways to get the same pages sometimes. Like utilities, initialization. It seems like that's the same thing we were just in, right? But it's not. That's strange to me. All right. Now we have U1, 110, 113, 121, 180. Okay. So now it should be okay, technically. Enunciator progress. All right. Gonna be 8 right out of here, it looks like. Well, that's fine and dandy. 1, all that's good. Take off data. Now we have to accept those speeds, which are now reflecting that. Okay. Overspeed test. Those are pilot defined V speeds, which don't actually calculate anything with respect to current weights, temps, etc. Look at all the planes in the area. Are we landing? They might be landing. No, they're just overflying the airport, enjoying the scenery, it looks like. All right, HF1's next. Well, hopefully this will prevent it from having that weird takeoff stuff we were dealing with earlier. HF2 test. The landing thing. Well, I didn't forget to do it. I didn't know that it existed. I appreciate the help. I'm learning it one thing at a time. Except that. Good. Flight plan's good. Oh my God. Maybe we'll actually get out of this airport at one point. We might just get out of here at one point, y'all. I don't know. We're trying. We certainly are trying. They got us on that 3026. What are they giving us up? 450 on the way up. Nice. Do love 450. Okay, that's good. Wonderful. I've never done any of that before, so that's brand new to us. Big thanks to John VF2WS for the help on that. You know how it is when you're brand new to something, it is frustrating when somebody's trying to explain it to you. You're like, I don't know what that means. Red carpet, we can remove that. Access door, let's close the panel up. Close the door up so we can get the hell out of here. Maybe bleed off. And anti-coal is on. For start, parking brake set, chocks are removed, cabin doors closed, mass briefing's good. Ground recog nav lights go to on. Passenger safety is on. ICAS is checked. Good quantity and balance. We got 4840. It is clearance, don't care about it. APU max cools off, bleed air's off, and to start. Turn 2. You've been using Garmin for 6 years? I got my PPL in 2007, so that's like, we had the G1000, but even then I only had a few flights in it. Looking for 9. To the run position. So I was before 4 flight. And just, I got the G1000 down pretty well. Then the G3000 came out. And then, like, I had the GTNN, the XI and all that. I learned those, the GTN, the 750s, but I didn't get into any of the sub menus. It was just the basics, you know? Now, do we have to hit the toga button here to prime it like other airplanes? I never get a TO on the top there like I would in like the Vision Jet or something. I mean, it's possible it's not the case, but just wondering. Turning 1. Nine. Press toga. Okay. Oh, that's auto throttle. There it is. Toga. I got it. That's what I wanted. That's probably going to prevent it from acting stupid on takeoff. That was probably the problem, to be honest with you. I'm just using a Thrustmaster HOTAS 1 right now. The cheap plastic thing that you see. If you look it up. And that's what we're rolling with. Ups 1 for takeoff. Set our stab trim for takeoff as well. 2.3 or 4. That is fine. It is a handful on departure, yes. On takeoff, it flew like it had a runaway trim. Like I was fully forward down and it didn't do anything. Let's get our control lock removed. Pido's coming on. Flight control test. Check. Amps are good. Electrical system's fantastic. APU can go to the off position. And ready to taxi on out of here. Parking brake removed. Clear on the left. Clear on the right. All right, we're going to see how well this does. We're just going to taxi down and around. That's what we're going to do. Look at this hill here. We're on our way to Cleveland finally. To Lakefront. And I'll get caught up to you guys in a second here. It was Weather Watcher that had the super chat there on the arrival. We appreciate you, man. Jason, thank you so much for the 25 months on Twitch. And Joseph, thank you for the 14 months of membership. Happy Thursday to you. They're on YouTube. Okay, yeah. This is a great looking scenery here. Look at that. Looks pretty nice. That's with FS traffic and all that running. Look at that. The texturing looks fantastic. All good. Thrust reverser check. They're good. Flash instruments are checked. Anti-ice is off. Flaps are 1, indicating 1 there. Cabin's ready. Group briefing is complete. Yeah, this thing is very sporty on taxi. I'll tell you that. It really likes to. It taxis like a damn turboprop at this weight. Because you have to be really weighed down for it to be different, you know? I'm not sure. We ready to go down here? So here's the flow if you want to use this thing on takeoff. Line up on the runway, hit AT. You should see a white TO on the FMA. Push the power up and that AT servo will push it to takeoff. Okay. Do as you would do, flaps up at 400 AGL, hit yaw damper, and flight change. In flight change, RBS will stay in takeoff thrust and low pitch angle. Okay. I'm gonna try to remember all that. Now, I've flown the Citation X. The most time I have currently is in the longitude. Are the hills this prominent in real life Atlanta? It might be. It seems a little exaggerated, doesn't it? Just a bit. These Boris sounds are so good, dude. Stupid good. .400 flaps up, yaw damper, flight level change, nav. All right. Hey, yaw damper usually turns on automatically every time I've taken off so far, so we'll see if it does it again today. A lot of traffic. There on the side? Looks like we are. Yep. No, the taxi loop would be over there to the right of us. We did not take that. Ah, turns on when the autopilot. Gotcha. All right. We'll be at 1400, so hold on. Let's go ahead and do the whole thing here. Auto throttle. See white TO. Okay, so auto throttle. There's white TO. Got it. Push the power up. Wait for the AT servo. There it is. Hold. Airspeed is alive. 80 knots. V1. Rotate. That was a great gear up. Flaps up. Yaw damper coming on. And then nav. See what the autopilot does this time. Looks like it's going to do that. Yeah, see, I'm pushing fully forward right now. It just wants to climb so far back on me. I'm fully forward on the stick. I cannot get it to descend. It's like a runaway trim every time it does this. I don't know what's causing that. I have to trim it all the way down again now. Let's see, the autopilot will work this time. Looks like it will. Yeah, it's been doing that every time to me. I do not understand why it does that. Do you have to use the trim? Okay. But we're busting speed right now. I don't feel like it's doing what it should. Oh, we didn't hit flight level change, son of a bitch. But we're going to climb at 9,000 feet now. I don't get it. I don't. Immediately use nose down trim on these? Okay. Yeah, these climb rates are insane on this thing, dude. Absolutely insane. I think I'm just getting overwhelmed. It's just too much shit at once when I'm trying to learn it. I know they're not airliners, but I'm used to flying the longitude. And the longitude is not this in depth. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying the longitude does not fly like this. Like I've never had this issue with it, but it's probably just a flight model thing. We're already going to be crossing through 18 here. That's insane. Standard both sides. We're just gonna have to remember to really roll that trim forward after takeoff. It's all fine and dandy. Like as soon as I start moving over here and pressing yaw damper and nav and flight level change and all that, the airplane is trying to stall on me. So it's like, man. Oof. Yeah, I believe that. It's accurate to the real thing. I'm saying, like, with the longitude, it makes... Basically what I'm saying is the other airplanes give you bad habits of flying a business jet at this level. That's what is so cool about this thing. And if I'm frustrated, that means I'm learning. If I'm frustrated with an airplane, it means I'm learning. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing. We have climb now, so that's actually working. But yeah, whenever I'm learning a plane like this, I'm like, I'm going to learn it. Give me some time. I'm going to learn it. $10 degrees is nothing on this thing. I usually ignore it and go for 15, 20. Okay. I'm on multiplayer right now. C5. Mouse Munch. I don't know why everybody always asks that question, but like airliner stuff, no. I'd have a better shot than others. I got my PPL in 2007. I've flown single engine airplanes, but I've flown level D sims. I've flown home cockpit, full 737s and things like that. But even with CRM, however, no. People that say that they're like, I could do it. It's like, no, you can't. Shut up. Curry Gaming, what's up? How you doing? On up to 450 here. Get our music back on. Let's put our headphones on. There we go. So we don't have ear fatigue by the time we get to Cleveland, right? That would be ideal. Yes, I still play 5M. I don't fly anymore. Vibes. I have no reason to fly. Originally I was going to do it for a career, but other things happened. But I have no business burning money right now just to do it. It's insanely expensive to fly right now. But all I would have to do is go get my medical, then go to the flight school and get checked out in the airplane. And then you'd be good to go. Be current again. I wouldn't have any problem with that, but if I had a reason to do it, sure. But flying is a lot different today than it was for me. Like the GA scene is very different today than when I flew, so... It's like we're learning a whole new world again of ForeFlight. I never had ForeFlight. That is beautiful. I don't use any reshade, no. I can't run reshade on... well, I'm sure you can now, but when Sim Update 5 came out, it crashed the sim when I was running my reshade on it. So no, this is just default. But it looks pretty darn good, don't it? Sim Update 5 really did a good job. It looks pretty damn good. Yeah, Vibes. In 2007, I paid $8,500 for my PPL. Here in Missouri, it took about two years to get it done. Just because of the winter, or like the different seasons, and then the greater winds, like winds constantly over 15 knots every time. Just student pilot things. I have no interest in spending a lot of money on a CDL either. No. I'm okay driving virtual trucks. I'm okay flying virtual airplanes. I get a lot of excitement out of it. With the setup I have in the basement where they, I have the motion rig in VR flying a 172, like it feels like the real thing almost. It's insane. It's so good. So I get a lot of recreational flying out of that too. $25,000 for a PPL now. That is insane. Actually insane. I started my IFR rating. I only got a few lessons of that in, so probably like 7 hours of IFR training. But I did it with a buddy of mine that flew Challengers and an old airplane from like 1976. So I've done that. Before I ever flew 172s, I flew with a DHL pilot in the Metro. So the Metroliner was the first airplane I ever learned to fly. Off the books. So it wasn't like log time. You can't log time as a student pilot in a Metroliner. But I have quite like 14 hours in the Metro is what it was. But I wouldn't write it down ever because, like I said, it doesn't matter. So I did 14 hours in a Metroliner and then started flight school. After flight school, I got tailwheel endorsement. It was in the Aeronca Champ down in Winter Haven. That was a cool experience flying that. Because we flew in on a 172. It was a 76 172 N model, not M, the November model. One of the Cessna's test beds. Flew that around, and then we landed at Winter Haven. And the pilots there that had their Cubs and stuff were like, "Have you guys ever flown a tail dragger?" And it's like, "No, I actually have never flown a tail dragger. I would love to." And then the other guy that was there was like, "Well, he was an instructor at Jack Brown's." He was like, "Yeah, I'll take you up in the Aeronca Champ and get your endorsement." And we flew that. And that was a total different experience. The level D-wise, I've flown a DC-930 at Northwest. Flew their 757-200. At Northwest. Here in St. Louis, I flew the Sabreliner 65. Yeah, the Sabreliner in the FAA sim there. I've flown a lot of cool different airplanes in sims and in real life. Am I excited about the World Cup? Nah. I don't follow it. Bubba, what's up? How you doing, Mr. Gonzalez? Hello, hello. Love helicopters, yes. Vibes. Love helos. I almost came close a couple of years ago to go and getting a rotary, but just to do it. But then I was looking at the options around here, and the place I wanted to do it, I won't say any names, but the place I wanted to do it, in the air or in the helicopter I wanted to fly was going to be some kind of dangerous. Basically, auto rotation was out of the question in a lot of those areas that you would be flying. So I was like, I don't need to risk it, you know. All right, we're gonna take our headphones off here, so we just don't have fatigue. But I'm going to step away for just a minute, use the lavatory and stuff, get something to drink. Right when we get up here to 450, and I'll put it on cinematic mode, and we'll have a vibe sesh. Marco, I just went over every single one of them, man. I'll be back. I have returned. Chris Allen's in the house. Happy Thursday to you, man. What's up? How you doing? I'll ask the question again. I think I was busy last time I asked it. But how many of y'all are going to Flight Sim Expo in St. Paul? Following along online. We departed Atlanta. We're on our way to Cleveland, the Lakefront Airport, Lake Erie. Look at how incredible the sim looks in Sim Update 5. Look how crisp those ground textures are, dude. That is wild. It has really gotten good. No reshade, nothing. This is just the sim out of the box. Doing good, Bubba. Yeah, Clubs SC. I used to wet lease my 172 for $90 an hour. I have not gotten a jet card. It looks cool. I'm just not into menus. Yeah, AV, it definitely does. Appalachians look beautiful today. What's up, Vertlas? How you doing? Birdman Studios, hello and welcome on in. Happy Thursday. Sounds like Owl City, like of June album. Owl City. Very old school. It's like borderline cheesy, but it's good at the same time, you know? That's what I love about 80s music. I think I just biffed a job interview, boys. Well, that sucks, Neon. Well, maybe it's for the best. Maybe you don't want that job. Maybe that job would make you miserable. Well, 450 looking good along here, along the way. So let's see what we're doing. Still a ways to go. Top drop won't be till after Hotel November. So we got some time, that's for certain. $39 out. It's not too shabby. I did not watch the NBA final, no. Weekend's almost here. That's true. Good idea. Let's go to this. Spot wheel. Adjust it. There we go. Now we'll do a V shortcut to that. Now we got it. I'm going to instantly go to that anytime I want. Nope. Doesn't save it. Okay. Maybe we have to do chase view. Let's try this. This might be better for everybody. Let's save that one. Did not mean to do that. 3. Yep, there we go. We got it now. We're flying the Citation Sovreign Plus. Nice tailwind, just kind of pushing us right on the edge of overspeed. Let's do a little housekeeping. So let's look at the airport, actually. (40-9). Okay, it does have 2 runways. Okay, we're landing on 24 right. That makes sense to me now. So we have 6,000 feet of runway. Not a lot to play with there. But we'll be... reverse thrust will be just fine. And we're going to exit off onto Big Bravo there into the ramp. And that's where the GA parking and all that will be. We are doing the, I believe it's the Rollin 2. Yep, Rollin 2 arrival. So Janney's, Thingetti, Rollin. All right, 280 on that. St. John between 14 and 9. Hens is going to be at 9,000. MSA of 3,100. Hopkins is right there, but we're going to Burke Lakefront. Approach for 24 right. We'll do the RNAV 24 right. There it is right there. So we're going to be going in off to Suto, it looks like. Suto. So let's go to our proc page. Approach will be 24 right. RNAV LPV. Suto. Loaded in there, so it's ready to go. It's gonna be after that guy. So Henks, and then we go direct pretty much to Suto. So I can remove that and try to remove the manual sequence and just go direct to Suto from there. It should work out just fine for us, which it looks like it is. Top of drop will be after Hotel November. So that's still all well and dandy. Looks like we're just big airports around here. Oh, Wilmington is right here, Ohio. Lexington, Kentucky. So yeah, we're getting closer and closer. 30 minutes out. We're showing. We got a plan now. JD Spurs, thank you very much for the gifted subscriptions. 5 there on Twitch. If you got one from JD, be sure to say thank you. And thank you very much, JD, for the love and support. We appreciate you greatly. Remember how to do this. Perf page. Landing data. Current, that's all fine. Weather. 358 at 4. 243018. Runways 24 right. 6004. That's good. Landing config will be full. Anti-ice off. Thrust reversers will be max reverse. Oh, they don't let you. Okay. It's all good. I'll throttle off. Yep. Landing data. Those are our landing speeds there. But I don't think that the weight is correct for landing. That's the problem. We have all this in here now. I guess that was right. Set the speeds. Those are good. Yeah, I think those are fine. Looking mighty fine here. Pilot Blake, what's up? Got my TCA yoke and TPR set up and absolutely loving them. You're very, very welcome. Dude, they're incredible, right? I'm telling you. Next song, please. That was a whole ass mess. Got a long flight from Heathrow to JFK. Nice. Iowa Scotsman, what's up? How you doing? Oh yeah, we need to also plug in our numbers here. We're going to be going all the way down. There's some hard limits there, but we're going to be going down to 3,000. Just plug in 3,000. Nav path is stand by. Yeah, TPRs are fantastic, right? One of my favorite things on my setup. I'm doing a flight to Hawaii soon. Oh, nice. That's a lot of long haul flying I don't like to do. I'm not into the long haul. Turn our music down a little bit here. And we can put on our noise canceling headphones again. There we go. We have a turn coming up here on the left. Kingpin, we're flying the Citation Sovreign Plus. We're learning it. It's been pretty tough. We have our noise canceling headphones up here in the cockpit. Turn that down. Had to alt tab that. That's okay. It's a great time to fly, man. We're almost to our top of descent. Not anytime soon, Pilot Blake. It's a whole to-do to stream from it. I can record from it, no problem. But I just can't stream from it. I miss it. Miss doing streams like that. But that's all right. I just wanted to do this airplane because it was, new. And I've been really excited for this release. But I also don't have an Airbus setup in the basement, so we'll be flying some Airbuses soon up here on this cheapo task setup because I want to fly the Phoenix A319 again. And you don't need anything really elaborate to fly a Airbus, you know? With or without you, see the snow. Dun, 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 dun. It's literally just with or without you. Can you give yourself away? Give yourself away. Give yourself away. Top a drop within 1 minute. One minute to drop. Watch the roll back as we intercept path. You see our V path, our path coming to us now. It's right here. Path. There's the rollback. Captured it. No problem. Italian Bally, what's going on? Mamma mia. How you doing? How you doing? Absolutely gorgeous. And we made pretty good time, you know. Atlanta to Cleveland. I need to put the wind inset in here. I don't know why it's not on there by default. It's so annoying. Map. Map settings. Set window. No. That's not the one I want. Map detail. No. I thought it was map settings. Mm-hmm. 18 minutes to bottom of descent. Back to the weather. There's something else for it over here. I think it's in this, maybe. Wind. Oh, it's on there. I see it. Option 2 and option 1 is that one. Yeah, I never liked that one. 3 isn't bad. 27 knots off the nose. Yeah, that's all good. Flight's going good, Scott. We're in our descent right now into Cleveland. There's snacks on this flight. Oh, what you want? Got drinks. Oh, we got snacks. And we got a lot of other stuff too. I mean, take your pick. I'm sure there's pretzels in there. Huge My Summer Car ship in Gen Chat. I'll have to check it out. Well, Cirrus Vision Jet is a great jet to learn on. It's a good step up from the other smaller airplanes, for sure. This entire airplane is I guess you could consider it a mod. It's a third-party airplane. A payware airplane. You can get on the marketplace for Orbix. It's the Skyward Simulations Sovreign Plus. The Citation Sovreign Plus. I'm excited for FS Expo. Yep, I'll be there. I will be there. Looking good in our descent. I have no idea when American Truck Sim is releasing for console. No idea. Are you joining Silverline? The Silver Lining roleplay there, Paulie? That'll be fun. What's good, Mint? How you doing? I sound under the weather. I am not. I'm doing well. I'm not sick or anything. Welcome to Ohio, everybody. In Ohio. Citations treat me quite nice, Syndrome. How you doing? The DC-6 isn't treating you well? I haven't flown the DC-6 in a long time, man. Need to fly it again. What's up, Seth? How you doing? Oh, we can see Lake Erie up ahead. Oh, it's having WASM crashes. And you already cleared the WASM folder and all that. It's still doing it. Almost 18. Clear it before every time you start sim. Oh, God. That does sound like a nightmare. Glad to hear it, Seth. Yeah, I never got Forza Horizon 6. I knew I wouldn't play it. I'd rather do this. Beautiful day here in Ohio, I'll tell you that. Passing through 18. 0. There we go. 29992. It is. It's a standard pressure day out here. That's wild. Still VNAV path and we're looking good. Take our headphones off. And I'll kill the music for our arrival. I'm gonna go to manual speed because I don't know what the hell this thing's doing. Are the throttles not working? Did it killed our auto throttles earlier? Is that what happened that whole time? That was strange. Why did it do that? What? It definitely did kick our auto throttles off on that descent. I didn't touch anything. But now I'm going to because I want to keep speed towards the airport. My God. I didn't think anything of it when we were descending because of the Mach, you know. But once we got down lower, I was like, why is our speed so slow? It's a little strange. .018. Seth, I'm not currently under contract. Simulator recommendations, Running Train. If you don't own Running Train, you're missing out. I did a video on that today. Yeah, AV, I operated one of the trains that we didn't on stream, the diesel. It's incredible, and it's a fast train. The turbo whistle is so good on it. And I got a better score than any other thing I ever operated, so the perfect storm. Ten. Cleveland Hopkins over there. Go here. That's Hopkins International over there. Playing Dead Sick this weekend. Nice, Obi-Wan. I think you'll enjoy it. Head and select. Be like 15 out, 10 out. Well, 10 out, we'll do 060 on the heading. And then we'll fly out a little further, and then we'll go direct to Suto. I see the zoo from here. The zoo's down in there. All right, slow sucker down to 210. Ops 1 speed checks. Ops 1. And we'll do heading 060. The airport right over there. Down to 190. All right, so Nate will be at 2,400. Yeah, 2,400. We'll fine out 24. Start a turn. Square it up. We're just doing a visual approach. It looks like it's non-precision anyway. Well, I could be wrong about that. There it is simply. One to go. Gear down. That's the airfield right over there. Just interesting. Got amper off my airplane. There's another airfield right here. Look at that. Trim this thing out. Go right up the coast. A lot further out than I thought we were. This thing's got me all screwed up. This approach. Glide path coming to us. Yep, got the airfield in sight. That's a precision approach, it looks like it would have been. What's throwing me off is we're landing on 2-4 right, but it would be it's more like 2-7, right? I mean, look, we're on 2-3-8 right here, 2-4. That's pretty far off. That's what was throwing me off. That's why I was like, where are we exactly going here? I wasn't sure if the data was off or something, since it's a third-party airport, but it looks like it's correct for the most part. Hold 2,000 here, so it's slowly bringing on in. Yeah, we could have really cut this a lot shorter. I didn't realize just how far out we were. I was an idiot. All right, gears down, 3 green, flaps are full. We're correcting now for our speed. We'll just say we were number 3 to land, you know. Following traffic. Extending our downwind. All that jazz. We're good. We'll end our recording right here so we can watch our landing. And we'll replay. Pause it. Slide it on up. Right till we get to the touchdown zone here. There it is right there. There we go. Drone zone. Adjust it. Moving speed up. Go. How are you doing that? Track airplane. There you go. Adjust it over here. Oh, gotta do it again. Moving speed to here. There we go. Pretty good from where I was at. Down we go. Zoom in on that bad boy. All right, that's pretty good there. It's got a good LOD, doesn't it? Really does. Boy, that is some ugly photogrammetry in the background. We'll have to move the camera to the other side. Oh yeah, that's good landing. I want to see Cleveland in the background, you know? Forget about it. I gotta speed it up again. I'm so glad they made the LOD good on this thing. It deserves that, you know? Well, the reversers don't work in replay mode. I guess you have to manually do them. Let's see. So if we do this, resume, and if I manually deploy them, let's see if it works. Manually deploy. Yep, you have to manually deploy them. Good to know. It's like the speed brakes don't work either in replay. What a shame. What a shame. Right? And Cleveland looks awesome now. I will say that. Stop replay. All right. APU. Look for the light to go out. And start. Let's clean up the airplane. Okay, let's hold that. Parking brake is good. Want the red carpet for everybody here today. Look at that. We did it, y'all. We flew from Orlando to Atlanta, all the way up to Cleveland. Look at that. Here we are. Walking the red carpet together. Not too shabby, right? Not at all. Let's go ahead and chalk the airplane. That's good there. There's avionics bay. What an airplane. It is so good, man. Okay, let's kill it. Latch it. Get rid of the red carpet. There we go. I never put the flaps back up. Like an idiot. Does that one take 6 as well? Maybe it does. South Rebel, what's up? Welcome to your hometown. Nice, dude. Yep. Got all those to put on there. All the static wicks. It was a great airplane for us today. Shut up. We get all of the cowboy hats on both sides. Nope. I thought there was a missing cowboy hat over here. All remove before flight stuff is taken care of. There were great flights today. Thank you, AV. Have to agree with you on that. There she is. What an absolute beauty. Thought I heard somebody landing. Nope. Nobody landing. Just us. That pretty much sums up our day right there, y'all. Next we'll be at St. Paul this year. St. Paul is where it will be. Let's see if anybody's live. He's just Murph. Murph's live? Oh, hell yeah, dude. He's flying the Phenom 300E. So I'll send you all over to him. On both here and Twitch. Be sure to go give Murph some love. Fantastic streamer. Super friendly dude. He's our Jacksepticeye guy. Let me get his name. Mr. Two-Tone himself. Mr. Two-Tone himself. Y'all have a great evening. We'll see you soon.